Well, let's see. Anyway, my other video you saw already, I'm sure. Hopefully you like, subscribe, and share. Get them out to as many people as you can, I mean, it's up to you if you want to or not. I'm not trying to make money on these videos. I just like posting stuff because I think it's funny as hell. But anyway, we're back. We're still in the woods and looking around. But anyway, a lot of people carry firearms. I carry, up here right now today, I'm carrying a Taurus 357 Magnum, because we do have a lot of hogs that come through up here, and predators. I see bobcats, coyotes, stuff sometimes, and versus carrying my big rifle, so I'm not really hunting. I just carry this for protection. It works good against pretty much anything you're going to run across out here. Hogs, the hogs, coyotes, bobcats, monkeys, gorillas, baboons, Sasquatch, doesn't make no difference. 357 Magnum pretty much take them out. Hamas terrorists, doesn't matter. Illegals, whatever I run into out here that I need to protect myself from, it'll do the job. But anyway, that being said, this is supposed to be a channel with funny stories, but I could tell you a million gun stories, but I'll throw one out there for you. I told you earlier I don't drink anymore, and there's reasons why. I just quit, certain reasons. But one time, me and my sister's husband, we was hog hunting. And we drunk as hell. I don't know how much beer we'd had that day, but when we went hog hunting that night, we just filled it was cold, filled all of our pockets up. Every pocket we had full of beer. I'm sure beer drinkers can understand if they've probably all done it around here. But fill every pocket you can up with beer. That way you got something to drink while you're out there hunting. But anyways, so we doing our little night hunting. We hear a little bit of squealing here and grunting there. And first I thought it was him, but it actually turned out to be pigs. And but because he could squeal, he could squeal like Ned Beatty on Deliverance. But anyway, this fool has the gun resting on his thigh, barrel pointing straight up in the air. Safety, thank goodness. The barrel's up away from us. But we're standing side by side, nearly shoulder to shoulder, and this gun's right between us. And this silly fool reaches down, and I guess he just put his finger on the trigger. I guess he figured the safety was on. That dang gun went off between our heads, and I think my eardrum on my left side blew out. It popped out of my head and was hanging, I believe, because my ears was hurting, both ears was hurting, fire, flash, couldn't see nothing. And I don't drink and hunt, unless you don't get sauced and hunt. You can drink all the beer you want, just don't get too drunk and hunt, because silly crap happens. One time I had this old single barrel 20 gauge. I wasn't drinking then, I was just a kid. But it just shows you how ignorant, when you're growing up, never really been taught too much. But I had this old single barrel 20 gauge, and I'd seen stuff on the movies, where they shoot their gun underwater on cartoon, things like that. I stuck that 20 gauge in the barrel of that pond, the barrel of it in that pond. I told my friend, I said, watch this, let me see if them fish will float up, because, it'll bust they got air bladders in their neck, throats, or whatever. I said, that concussion will bust them air bladders, and they'll float to the top. We just pick up the fish. I think we was 12, 13 years old, I don't know. I stuck that barrel in there. What I didn't realize that any time you've seen a gun shot underwater, because they actually have done that on videos and things, but anytime you've seen a gun underwater, they let the barrel fill up with water first. Well, I didn't. I just stuck it in there, so there's this air pocket in there of this barrel. And I pulled the trigger on that shotgun. It didn't do nothing, just made bubbles come up. And when I pulled the gun out of the water, the hole into the barrel looked just like them cartoons where the barrel feathers back and looked just like a flower. I mean, I've still got that shotgun. Of course, it's been cut down to a self-defense pistol now. But, yeah, you got to be careful doing crazy shit with the guns, because, get all the safety training, whatever you need. You have some silly experiences if you ain't careful, you know, some you may not want to have. I'll holler at you.